What is going on, guys? I'm currently sitting in my 2005 International 37-foot school bus that I have built as a toy hauler, and now I'm building as a comfortable RV or Skoolie. As you can see, I've already built a lot of stuff on the inside, including the front couch area, the electrical cabinet. I've built the rear bed platform, built the kitchen, which only means the bathroom is next. And because I already did it once, where I took one item, which is this Iceco fridge freezer combo, and built the kitchen around the fridge, I will be building the bathroom around this shower pan. This is going to be the basis of where all the walls are, where everything's going to sit, which means we need to start measuring stuff out, get everything kind of lined up with that, and see about how much room we got. As you can see here, I already have the rough estimates kind of drawn out or taped out. Originally, before I did any building in here, I went through a lot of different ideas, whether things are going to be on one side or the other, and I came out to the design that I currently am set up with. And I actually estimated about where this is going to be, and it sits perfect. The very first thing I need to do is to build some sort of containment structure around this first. This right here is going to be a 1x4. The 1x4 is actually going to be the same height as the edge of the shower pan. So what I need to do is build one structure that goes all the way around. So I'm going to build this out, cut up a bunch of pieces down to what I need to be, and then build an actual structure where I can screw the edges of this into the actual board itself. That way, as one unit, and I can move that around, and then eventually get that tacked down to the floor itself. I will also be using a pocket hole jig to make some pocket holes on the outsides for it to be basically assembled pretty easily, and then put everything all together.
Using a carpenter square and the surface of my garage floor, made sure everything was exactly at a 90-degree angle and also perfectly flat. So when building the structure around the pan, it was perfect.
This next part is going to be just a tad bit tricky. I got to measure this out exactly perfect. I need to bring it out from this edge here because this edge is going to be pretty much covered up by a wall going down into the actual shower pan itself. And I got to bring it out this edge to a certain amount because I have 2x3s I got to be using for the main structural supports this way. And right down here along this edge of the window here is basically a flange underneath that holds the floor up and on. I got to make sure it's far enough out that when I drill through for my drain hole, I don't clip that flange. So something about like that. Ish. Okay, so that was a little harder to film, but this is now in, and in theory, looking up right here, from the edge here to the edge of here, I should have just enough to put a 2x3. Obviously 3 going this way, which equates out to be 2.5 inches, which I don't really get. And also looking on this side, I know it's a little hard to see, but in theory, that little extra rail coming out should be lined up almost exactly perfect with the edge of the wood there, or I guess the edge of the tub, the drain pan. The first thing I think I'm going to do is do the actual cross beam that goes across here. That is going to be the basing off of pretty much this front wall, the door, the shower head, the piping, all the works. We'll be going over right here. I want to make sure and start with a perfectly straight foundation. The flooring I did get pretty darn straight, however, just in case, that is going to be going across here and fastening down to the floor. Then the next part is going to be doing a foundation up against this piece of wood here, and it's going to be going along to that sidewall as well. That foundation is going to create kind of an L pattern, which will be the basis of both these two walls here. I want to be able to screw in some of those like wall supports up into these furring strips up here, which are actually screwed into the frame itself. And boom! I already have the ceiling screwed into each of those furring strips right here. So all I had to do was line it up to that, and then down the center back there, and that's going to give me a perfect line to measure from the floor down here where the mark is, all the way up to the top up here where it is showing right now. As you can see, the back wall section, whatever you want to call it, is now complete. Now that this is good, it is time to start working on the rest of the wall, which is going to be on the front side or kitchen side of the bathroom. A lot of rinse and repeat on that one is build it all the way across, and it's yeah, pretty self-explanatory on that one. So with the rest of the structure complete, I need to figure out how wide I want to make this doorway. In theory, right here should be the doorway. Most RVs have it between 18 and 24 inches. Right now it's sitting at 18 inches. Can't really go through this way. It's a little tight, but stepping out through this way isn't too bad. With the main structure of the bathroom all complete, it is time to start worrying about the actual wall that is going to be going from the bedroom to the structure of the bathroom. So I did mess up, not really mess up, but didn't calculate this part. This section to the edge of the kitchen here is like 30 inches. However, the length of back there to this back wall is almost 33 inches. So that means I cannot slide the wall this way and then slide it on in. I can't put it at an angle because I have half an inch here and the board is half an inch. So that means I do need to do it in two different sections here. I'm going to start the first one off and just do it from about here and drop it to the floor. I did forget this one little section right here. I'm gonna have to knock that out, but I'm gonna notch it. The hard part is going to be negotiating this curve of the ceiling down and matching it to the plyboard itself. Now I know there's going to be a specialized tool to kind of follow the contours of the roof line here. I don't have said tool, so I'm gonna do the tried and true method of cardboard. Draw it out, kind of cut it out, test it, cut it out, test it, cut it out, test it, over and over and over again. And then get that bolted up underneath, and it's actually looking pretty decent up there. There are still a little bit of gaps all the way around, but that's gonna be pretty easy to do and fix with some wood filler there. And that just means that this piece right here is pretty easy. I actually already did cut this thing out, and actually makes that wall pretty darn perfect. With this wall complete, I did add this extra power outlet in there, so then I have power on the back side of like the bedroom area, so I could put a TV up in there. So now I just need to do this section here and this section here. I am going to leave this section open for now, just because I do need to start running the plumbing and all that, but that is going to be a different video for later on. And with that, I think it is time to wrap up this video. If you guys like the video, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to see you guys all next time.